Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new video, and welcome to Pyaterochka. Yes, Russia's favorite close-to-home store. Now, I'm in the bread section. Check it out, yeah? All these fresh breads, all these pastries, all these different types of brown and white breads. Now, I wonder, this ciabatta bread here, 50 rubles for ciabatta bread. Now, are you curious where it came from? Now, I'm gonna buy one of these because I need one of these at home. Check this out. 50 rubles for ciabatta bread. You put it in the bag, we go to the register. Now, are you curious where it comes from? Do you want to see where this is made? I'm going to take you to the factory right now. We're going to kind of teleport ourselves to the factory, and I'm going to walk you through the process of making this ciabatta bread. Okay, let's go. And just like that, we're in the taxi, and we're off to the airport. Yes, it's raining, it's wet, it's cold, it's a little bit snowing. Here's Terminal A. I'm going to head on inside, get through security.
5 hours later.
Welcome to St. Petersburg. Now, I'm going to take you on a bit of a magical tour and show you how bread is made in Russia. From the factory right behind me, right to the shop where we can buy it right on the shelf. So, are you ready for this kind of interesting video? Let's go. So this is going to be a voiceover just because it was too loud in the factory. So here we are at the entrance. We all had to wear aprons. We had to wear special covers for our shoes. We were given hats. There's a lady right here who's doing a voiceover. Then everybody has a headset in and you can hear her talking as we go. So we're walking into this first building here. This is very modern. They're using European machines. It's really, for me, I was sort of shocked. I was expecting it to be, you know, a lot more machinery, a lot more, I don't know, mechanical movements of things, but so clean, so tidy, so organized. Very minimal staff here as well. It's very automated. Now, we did kind of walk around in a bit of a reverse kind of walkway here. So here's kind of like the last step where they prepare the ciabatta loaves there. They're putting them now into the oven. So they're basically put onto a conveyor belt. Here we are back at the beginning here where the lady's talking about the process of the dough and how the dough is kind of created here and measured out. So it's all basically computerized. They just need the people to kind of load in the supplies to make the dough. If that makes sense. You'll see these different, I'm not sure what they're called, mixers, I guess. I did pay quite a bit of attention, but it's obviously hard to kind of ingest it all when you're not really kind of a big foodie and a big cook kind of thing. You'll see the dough here in these big kind of barrels. From this stage, then they go on to the conveyor belt where the machine basically flattens them out and puts them into a kind of a ciabatta loaf size. And then you'll see this conveyor belt running along, and then it basically cuts it up into separate pieces. And you'll just see off on that bottom left there, we just missed that, the offcuts get basically reused and started again. There we go, you'll see them all cut now into pieces. And they're ready for baking, basically. So here he is slicing them up, and then this is the oven here. So what they do is they actually, what's called par bake them. So they do 80% of the cooking in the factory, and they're coming off the production line now cooked here or partially cooked 80%. Then off to the left here, you'll see the freezers. They basically get snap frozen. These are huge freezers just behind this conveyor belt where they're stored, then put into packaging for sending on to the stores. You could watch these conveyor belts all day long. Here's the lady showing some of the different breads that come out of the factory. So throughout Moscow, St. Petersburg and other parts of Russia, they have different factories that they use. This particular one made a couple of specific loaves. You'll see here me pointing them out now. It's different sort of white and brown breads, I guess. But they focus on these ciabatta loaves. And here's the freezer here. The lady kind of opens it. I was a bit off to the side here, but this kind of big racking that goes all the way to the ceiling. And then here we go. We actually walked over to their older factory. This is their original factory. They've been producing bread in this place for just under 100 years. Here we are all walking again into the factory. This actual board here is showing some of the activities that the staff members get involved in. They do some sporting events together. We had to walk up quite a few flights of stairs. So this building is the original building from 95 years ago or so. It's pretty interesting. These big, huge steel containers here, they're all basically gravity moved around the factory. It's a big circular factory, and these big metal containers basically move on very similar to a railway track system, and they go around in a circle. These numbered barrels here is the original fermentation process, where they make the dough for the different breads. Here are those barrels. You can see them in a big circle. It kind of goes right off into the distance there. It's very interesting. And then we kind of, again, we saw this in a backwards kind of process. So here you see the loaves coming off cooked. And again, it's something we can just stare at this and stare at it. I could have filmed this for half an hour. It was just fascinating to watch. It's a non-stop 24-hour process. And here's the actual bread going into the oven here. You'll see them kind of going out in rows, and then they go around a big, huge circular oven. It's all mechanical. This is the older machinery here, but it's basically been upkept for nearly 100 years. It's amazing. A lot of this is steam driven as well. You can see the loaves coming off here. Then they go down a chute, and then they go off for packaging, and then off they would go to the store. This is, again, it's makes me hungry just looking at it myself. And here's the different conveyor belts that it runs along. It's very, for me, it's just fascinating to see that kind of new modern process at the beginning, and then see this process in the same factory. Just the attention to detail in the construction of these machines. And here we are walking a little bit further around. It's not very, very accessible to public, this. So this was a very fortunate tour that we got to take. And then again, we saw this backwards. So this is the actual dough going through. They use different sort of steps to kind of get the dough into a shape that allows it to go into the oven for cooking. I like these kind of machines here where they kind of just keep going and going, and they drop into these little kind of baskets here, and then they'll go off into these next trays and then on into the oven for cooking. It's kind of just got a very simple kind of little mesh system there that rolls it out, and these are the baking trays where they drop into. So it kind of rolls them across, then it pauses, and then it rolls across again. And it's as simple as that. And it's all ready, and how amazing. Okay, this is Russell from the future here. I'm just putting the video together now, and I just thought I'd jump in and kind of say thank you for watching this video. It does jump around a little bit from the store to the factory, back to the store. I hope you kind of like this kind of interesting style. It is a little bit different from what I've done in the past. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please let me know in the comments what you think of this video. I found it very interesting to get to visit the factory and see the process and how modern it is and how simple it is. You know, I mean, these factories are, whoever designs these machines, it just kind of blows you away, doesn't it? And how automated it can be. So yeah, let's get back to the video. So once all the bakery goods leave the factory, they come right here to the store. And we're kind of behind the scenes here where we're seeing the lady bringing everything out of the packaging ready for the ovens. And you'll see all the different types here. And of course, we saw a little bit earlier the production of the bread right from the factory. Ooh, and am I spotting my favorite loaf right here, I think. So yeah, it's a very interesting process to see this from the shop at the final stage. And then from the bakery, we're here in the Pyaterochka and we can see where they're making the bread here. There's the timer right here. It's a bit hard to see, but roughly 15 minutes and my garlic bread will be ready. They've got these kind of big ovens here. This is in the convenience store, remember that? And then right back here as well, you can see all the different types of breads and pastries. I think these are the ones with strawberry that I like. Klubnika, very nice. And these pastries and croissants. And have a look over here also, the bread. This lady's doing a very good job here of taking these out of the, preparing them for the oven. Oh, these are the little mini pizzas. Oh, these are so nice, mini pizzas and baguettes. Oh, very delicious. So of course they do have some packaged breads which are made off-site. And you'll see here there's plenty of choices. Now, one thing that's very different here in Russia that I think anyway is the fact they've got a lot more of the half loaves. You see the kind of miniature loaves of bread here, and then actually the half loaves of the baked bread like this, which is so much more convenient to have just a half a loaf. I mean, okay, they have the full loaf here, but who needs all of that when you can just get a smaller half loaf? And it's obviously it's cheaper, but yeah, they've got a lot of different bakery products here. So these are all the packaged ones that come off site. And what we really want to see is the final process here. So we saw the ovens, and then check it out here, the fresh bread. So it's pretty simple, right? You just get the tongs, you get the little envelope, and it's all basically you just help yourself, and then at the checkout they'll figure out which one you've got, or you choose it from the screen. And this is my favorite one. You guys all know that, the garlic bread one here. 59 rubles, so pretty much $1 for fresh bread. How nice is that? Oh, look at the mini dinner rolls here. Nice, 9 rubles. But all the choices. Look how many we've got. And these are all done in the store and put right on the shelves for us. Lots of choices. Have a look at these. These look nice. I don't know what these ones are, but this is a lot more choices here than my local Pyaterochka, but that's a good thing, right? Have a look at the donuts. Donuts with sprinkles on. Oh, yes, please. So many nice things. And then these mini pizzas. So here they're only 60 rubles. So pretty much $1. In Australia, $4. So it's a quarter of the price here in Russia. So gradually over the coming months and into next year, the Pyaterochkas are going to have these bakeries in all of their locations. So we're at the biggest one in all of Russia here. I keep saying in the whole world, but Pyaterochka's primarily only in Russia, of course. But look at how many choices. I can see why it's the biggest by a long way. All the customers keep walking around me here. So let me know in the comments, everybody, what do you think of fresh bread in the supermarkets, in the convenience stores? Where you are in the world, are they slowly getting rid of this? Because here in Russia, it's sort of coming more into trend. The stores are introducing it more. More people want fresh bread. They want lower prices. Obviously, the fact that it can be baked in-house brings the prices down a lot as well. Okay, everybody, so I thought I'd try my second favorite thing in all the bakery here. This is the strawberry, like pastry, let's call it. So let's give it a try. Exactly how it is at my local Pyaterochka. So I've come 1,000 kilometers to try this one right here. But no matter where I go and get it, the same taste, same crunchiness. It's very nice. So when the bread's ready out of the oven here, the timers go off. This is very self-explanatory and straightforward for the people working here. But basically it goes from the pabek like this, straight to the cooked, ready and warm bread, just like this. And then it gets put right on the shelf. And this is all within 30 minutes. So as quick as they're selling it, they're putting it out for sale. And you can get fresh bread in pretty much, if you're here within half an hour, you're gonna get fresh bread ready to take home.
5 hours later.
All right, so I've got my ciabatta bread right here, exactly like you saw from the factory. So it's exactly the same thing. It was basically baked right here in the store, very simply. It basically was par-baked like you see. It was sent all the way from St. Petersburg from the factory itself and ready and prepared in the store. And roughly within about an hour of baking, it's fresh and ready to eat. But have a look at all the other choices here. All of the pastries, they've got the ones with strawberry, raspberry. They've got some of the other pastries over here with the sausage inside. A lot of choices, so I'm happy with my ciabatta bread. So hope you've enjoyed that kind of look at how it's made. So let's head on around the store a little bit and we'll pay for this before we leave. Now have a look at the size of this Pyaterochka here. I think it might be the largest one in Moscow. It's a huge store. It's almost like supermarket style, but as we know, a lot of the Pyaterochkas are basically what's called close to home stores. So I've got my bread. I'm heading to the register. So one of the coolest things about coming to Pyaterochka now is they've got the self-checkout right here. And how easy is this? You don't have to go to the register, you don't have to line up. Basically, you just scan the choice of what you want, 49 rubles. I've got my card out, I'm gonna pay for that. I'm gonna grab a receipt and I'm gonna head out of the store. Okay, everybody, I'm all paid now and I'm heading on out of the store. This is a big Pyaterochka, by the way, let me tell you. It's bigger than pretty much anyone's ever been to, I think, wherever you live around Russia. So yeah, thanks for watching Traveling with Russell. I do hope you like this video. Obviously, it's a little bit longer, a little bit more extended than maybe some of the walkarounds that I do. But you got to see where ciabatta bread was made. How cool was that? Are you interested? I think it's just, for me, it's very cool that I get to see that process from start to end, and I took you along with me. So yeah, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. I don't even have enough fingers to do thumbs up. Post a comment, let me know what you think. Do you want to see more walkarounds like this? Do you want to see more factories? Let me know in the comments. Okay, everybody, I've got another video for you to watch right after this one, so check that out. And I'm off on another adventure. It's actually cold tonight, so yeah, I'm heading home as quick as I can now.